Yo, it's Maine, and I'm with.
KD.
And today we'll be talking about reprogramming and like conditioning your mind to think better and new thoughts. So he gonna give his input on it, and I'm gonna give my input after he say what he has to say about
Well, we're talking about retraining your mind, retraining your flow of thought. As we become older and we have kids and we start the families of our homes, we have to do our own morals. What do we think is right? What do we think is wrong? Just because we've learned something from years ago doesn't mean it relates to what's going on today. So it's important to research, study, and do new things. Don't be afraid to branch out. I'm gonna take religion for instance, right? Just because you was raised Baptist, that doesn't mean you have to stay a Baptist. You can practice new faiths. Even if it might make your parents mad, your pastor mad, anybody. Do you. Do what's good for you. If you have kids, pass that on to them. As long as you teaching them right, you raising them good, don't worry about what other people say.
it. Yeah, like that's what really it starts off from like really childhood, because you think, act, and see what you do around everybody.
Exactly.
Mostly your parents, really. So if you see like, I noticed for me, I used to see like my mom. She yelled a lot, so I and like had like a bad attitude. Like for me, and another thing for me, like I used to have people telling me that I'm mean, I got anger problems, I got like I'm like sometimes I be stuck in my ways. Sometimes like my auntie, she really tried to catch it. It's like she really called it while I was young. Like she was like, you gotta change your ways if you wanna make it in this world. You gotta change your ways because you ain't gonna get nowhere acting like that.
Not at all.
So like it took me a minute though. It took me probably around the age of, I could say, 25, like, cause I'm 28 right now. Like to really get into where I'm really like doing videos on. So I looked up the Bob Proctor's of the word RP to him. Like I made a video earlier, didn't knowing that he passed. I'm getting off subject, but he passed like last month. But yeah, he was like really a big help. Like he really one the ones that got me to studying this. Like I wish I could have met him, but yeah, but you have to like recondition your mind. That means stepping outside your comfort zone.
That's an important.
You have to step out your comfort zone. Do things that you never did, like reading. I preach that a lot. Read, write. You got to do the research. Like he said, do
Yeah.
research. Be open to new ideas that can have you thinking a better way instead of the old way. Because you're not really gonna get that far thinking the way that you was like raised up on. If you was raised on like in like a non-emotional parent, like because they didn't really see that as a big thing in their childhood. Like I'm telling you, it all leads to childhood about how you're conditioned. If you brought up in that home where it's all love and dovey and stuff, that's what you gonna put out into the world. But if you didn't have that, you gonna feel like it's you against the world. It really is, but you can make it a better. Like you can make it better. Like get into like self help books. That's the important.
Self love.
Self love.
Wake up every day and tell yourself you love yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't love yourself, nobody else gonna love you. You can't love nobody else.
Okay.
And you gotta keep positivity around you. If it's some negativity in your life, whether it be job, people, people is a big one.
Yeah. People is a big.
Get those negative people away from you.
Got to get the negative from you. Like
Positivity, negativity.
yeah. And another thing, it doesn't matter what's your environment. You just gotta see through that, see past that, knowing that for a fact that you can change. Because a lot of people ain't gonna be supportive of what
No.
you do. Like they gonna criticize it because you're not like you like when the beginning is always the hardest. Like when you're trying to learn something new, like your brain gonna try to tell you like this not you, this not what we normally do. We normally go hang out, do things that you're accustomed to. Like you have like I preach about changing your paradigm. You got to change your paradigm if you want to really step into the unknown. Like because your paradigm is like the subconscious. It's like you're not really thinking about it because you're so used to doing it. So it's
Routines.
yeah, it's like routines. You gotta switch something up. You have to switch something up. And I can tell you right now, you can start small, like a little task, like making your bed up. Like making your bed up, that's a
And
small.
that's one thing we don't like to do, but you need to do it. I mean, imagine you go to work, you make your bed up, you go to work, you come home. It just feel more comfortable coming into that clean space versus a mess.
Exactly.
Don't have your life in turmoil. And that's just a small thing, but that can stem to a bigger thing. Like not making your bed up can stem from not cleaning your house. And you don't want that.
Yeah.
Who wants a nasty house?
Yeah, nobody wants a nasty house, but like I said though, like just start small. If you don't set big goals for yourself, like off rip when you're trying to change, because you go get like stressed out when you don't accomplish things. Cause
And
that's
you don't want anxiety to happen.
yeah,
Once you get that anxiety in your head, you're not gonna accomplish what you set forward.
yeah, and then you're gonna get the dwelling on it.
And
Like,
second guessing yourself, like, man, should I do this? Should I do that? Can I do this? Biggest thing is never say can't until you try to attempt to do something.
yeah, and don't be scared to fail. Like, don't even take it as failure. Take it as a lesson and experience. That's how you get wisdom. That's how you better yourself in your mind. Anyways, you gotta know for a fact that you trying to do it. Like, if you try, keep trying. Good, it's gonna come because you're gonna keep attempting those things that you're so afraid to doing. Like I always said, like me starting YouTube, not being able to think I can sit in front of a camera, but look at us now. Like,
And then that's then to back the comfort zones.
yeah, comfort zone.
Step out of your comfort zone. Like, for instance, you've been driving all your life, but you haven't been out of your city. Why? Why haven't you been out of your city? Or what are you afraid of?
Because
Some people be afraid of accidents,
yeah,
big trucks,
yeah,
but why you gotta call them?
yeah, yeah.
That's just crazy to
Just
me.
gotta move forward. Like drive faster, shit. Drive faster, or like go past some shit.
And if you got to, pray.
Pray for it.
Pray before you leave, but don't be afraid to explore what else is out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's more to live for than just the.
Just your area where you're comfortable at.
Yeah, you gotta step out the comfort zone. You gotta.
Boundaries. You can't have boundaries. If you do, your life is gonna be terrible.
Yeah. Like I told you, I really didn't have really high boundaries or set standards for myself. But you gotta step into the unknown. It's all right to start over mentally because once you get that, I can do anything. Like the small steps. You're like, oh, I can do this. I'm getting comfortable doing this. Then it's gonna move to the big goal. Then the bigger goal. Then the thing. Like you have to build images in your head too. Like not the negative images that you've been thinking.
Positive
Images. Like see yourself like setting the bar high for yourself. Like what you used to like dream about as a kid. Like hold them images in your head and then like my last video, you're gonna attract all the things around you to get to the thing that you really want. But it all starts up of reprogramming your mind. You have to reprogram your mind to get where you want to go. Like because all that old thinking, negative thinking,
It's still gonna bring you down.
it's gonna bring you down. Cause you're gonna feel like you ain't achieving yourself. Cause you're holding yourself to a high standard, but you holding yourself to a high standard, and like it's really false hope because you ain't really never set standards like that for yourself. So it's
Set simple goals and then slowly build up to that, and then build up more.
and then that's when your confidence kick in. Like you like, oh, I've been doing this. Like get comfortable with it first. Like you're not gonna build like the positive habits. Like I'll tell you, that it's not gonna come overnight. You gotta keep doing it. Like it's like a method I do. Like try it for 21 days, 21 to 30 days. That's when you can really get comfortable with it. That's like when they say you build a habit like in 21 days. So start like building them positive habits and let go of the old negative habits. Like you have to sacrifice something to go where you want to go.
And everything will work in progress. Work on yourself every day, even if it's the smallest thing. Work on yourself.
Exactly. You have to work on yourself. Like that. It's like I always say it. Like any guess I have, I'm gonna let you know it starts with you. It always starts with you. Nobody else. You can't point the finger at your mom. You can't point the finger at all the old homeboys you used to hang with, because it all at the end of the day, it's all on you to go get what you want. It's all on you to go chase that dream, that goal you want, or either go get the person you even want. Like be okay with letting go outcome, but let go outcome. Like people ain't gonna really see your results at the first beginning, but that's all right. As long as you see the little small step that you taking to better yourself, everything will be okay.
That personal gain is important.
So,
It don't matter what nobody say, as long as you see yourself building, creating new things, learning new things, which we all should be doing, but sometimes we don't because we fear that we might fail. And sometimes failure is a good thing because you can learn from your mistakes.
definitely learn from you.
Everybody got to learn from their mistakes because nobody's perfect. Everybody messed up before. And if somebody tell you they haven't,
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
yeah. If you scared to mess up, you're gonna be scared to approach your dreams. That's what comes with experience. You have to make mistakes to get to where you're going. How you gonna learn if you don't make mistakes? So you gotta be comfortable with failing. Like you gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like I'm gonna stress it every time. Attitude towards what you're going after.
Yep.
Like you have to have a good attitude that you want to change. You're gonna want to change. It might seem a little funny to a person that who ain't really trying to change themselves. Like once they don't got you figured out no more, they gonna just start assuming things like, oh, he acting funny or he on drugs.
And see, them the people you stay away from.
You gotta stay away from. And
Because that's negativity.
and don't tell them what you're going after. They gonna tell you can't do it. No, like I said, they only gonna tell you can't do it because they can't see themselves doing it yet, or they too caught up in their ways of thinking how they used to think. Well, think the way they thinking now that they feel like they can't change. And some people scared to change.
Yeah.
Like I learned that.
Some people are just used to the norm. Norm is okay, but it's good norm and it's bad norm. If you doing bad norm, 9 times out of 10 down the line, you look back a few years later, you ain't gonna accomplish nothing.
Nothing at all. So, like, it starts with you. It starts with you reprogramming, letting go of those old conditioning. Like, you have to let it go. Like, that's where it all starts from. Let go so you can let more in. But yeah, man, that's the video for today. And
Reprogramming. That's the key thing.
and I really appreciate my boy KD.
Oh yeah, man. Had to step through.
for stepping in with me. You know, like I said, you don't have to be selfish to get where you're going also. But yeah, that's the video for today. Like, subscribe, click the bell when I notify when I upload a video, and like I said, let's keep going.